something else is going on. Internet's more or less fine. Something's going on Facebook right now. I want to edit this post, but every time I click this link, this loading spinner just stops spinning. Let's live debug it, see if we can figure out what the issue is. Oh, I can hear myself. I hate that. Bug it, see if we can figure out what the issue is. Oh, I can hear myself. I hate that. Let's live debug it, see if we can figure out what the issue is. Wait, that's not it. Where is this sound coming from? Okay, never mind. There we go. All right. I don't know why, but yeah, Facebook's fucking up. Let's see if we can figure it out though, because that sounds kind of fun. I'm just gonna look real quick to see if we could see anything here. I tried a second ago and didn't see anything, so I don't think we'll see anything. But what seems to be happening here is this is fun to debug Facebook shit. Is when I click this little context menu here, it seems like we're making an API call to get the list of options that'll populate down here. But for some reason, that doesn't seem to be happening. So when I click this, we should see something in the network tab. So we see like the graph, it's definitely grabbing something from GraphQL. What's that response? Is there a preview here? Yeah. And then in here, we should be able to see each of the items. Like there should be like a story delete menu item, so there'll be like some text here. Interesting. They don't have interesting, really. Actor. And maybe GraphQL just knows how to do this. I would have thought that we'd see some text in here that would have populated along with like some other shit, but it doesn't look like it. Could be in here somewhere, but something's not resolving. This must be like a new thing. I wonder what happened. Anyway, just finished work a while ago and have a little. I'm kind of in a weird headspace right now. I have a little bit of energy, but I'm also like I'm really fucking sleepy, but I have a lot of energy. But I need sleep right now. But I have too much energy to just sit down and sleep, and I don't know what else to do. So we're going to do a little fun live coding and some simple things. That'll be kind of nothing too heavy. And then tomorrow I have a really dope discussion topic that I'm really fucking excited for. I think it's going to be the best one. I think it'll be the best one I've done to date after having thought about it a bunch today. Anyway, can't help look at Facebook's network requests. There should be working off a fresh branch here. Why? Was something up? Ay. Nope. I don't know where that process is running, so fuck it. Just open this guy. Put it over here, and there we go. So here's the website. Looks fine. Obviously it's still like we're still building shit, but the issue that I'm going to fix first, it'll be a really quick change. The way that these like little tabular items for each stream are working is through a service called Content, actually. So before I get into that, the issue that I'll fix is the text here. Make sure that this actually shows up, or you can like even see it. Stream's frozen, maybe? Fuck. Either the stream's frozen. So before I get into that, the issue that I'll fix. Interesting. Okay, stream looks fine. And is that big enough to see? Kind of. Yeah, it's hard to see. Let's put it on the main screen. So the issue that we're going to be fixing is, also the device toolbar. That's why it's small. You can see can't zoom on device toolbar, but it's hard to see, but let me refresh. There we go. Okay, so you can see the text isn't wrapping here. It should be like at the end of the container, the text should be wrapping like it's supposed to, like it would by default anywhere else. So my first instinct when I looked at this is that there was a CSS, some CSS was off, and like there's a word wrap or text wrap or some CSS property, and I thought maybe that was the issue. And then when I looked into it, what's happening here is kind of interesting. So we're looking at the content for that little paragraph tag, and you can see that all the spaces that should just be regular spaces, similar to like how this one looks. Let's see, content P. This one you can see there's regular spaces here, and in this there's this ampersand NBSP semicolon thing, and this is it's a way of like representing a special character in like I think this might have something to do with character encoding, might not. There's like a reason for why HTML entities exist. If you want to learn about that, go for it. I don't really care too much beyond it like serving my needs at my job or anything. But also, if you ever see like, if you're ever on a website or even on like anything, because now if you may not be aware of this, but a lot of apps are basically just Chrome. A good example of that is Slack. The Slack desktop app is essentially, it's made with a framework called Electron, and it's essentially just like a repackaged Chrome browser running on your shit. So by virtue of the fact that like Chrome and HTML is so pervasive, not just on the internet, but like fucking everywhere, you may see like when things are fucking up HTML entities. Like the common one is the apostrophe. I see that all the time, which is like an apos semicolon. So I'll see that instead of the apostrophe symbol. But basically your browser knows how to like take this and render it into a special character. And in this case, it's just a space. It's called non-breaking space. But why this is happening is fucking weird to me, and kind of like deep. It's outside of, it's inside of another library and outside of my sort of like control. The way that text is getting rendered is through Contentful's rich text HTML renderer, this thing right here. And what this is doing is, to start, I think we have to look at what Contentful is. Where the fuck is my fucking browser? Oh, here we go. So Contentful is it's called a headless CMS, and it's basically like a CMS like what content management system. And the idea is basically it's a way for non-technical people to insert data or to like have data that they can update, and like depending on how you set it up, it'll update your website without having to get an engineer to do it or get a software developer to do something. So an example of that is that each of the streams that are displayed on this page here are coming from the Contentful streams here. So each of these streams is like like being pulled in when you load up the website, just being rendered here. And you can see like, why should you learn how to code? That's coming from the title. First episode with a new format, blah, blah, blah. Coming from here. And if I was to change this, let me let's do this, because this is rich text and that's like the whole point of it. So if I was to do this and publish it, ideally when I refresh the page, that first sentence will be bold. Hey, look, there it is. So the idea with rich text markdown, or this rich text stuff, is you could like insert rich text like this. So if you're non-technical and you don't know markdown, or even if you do know markdown, you have to render it, but it lets you like have this text editor where you can like edit it, all this other stuff. And then when you pull it in, you can't just like pop it on the screen unless it comes in HTML, which it doesn't. You can see how this is coming in. Let's see, where is the... Yeah, here we go. So this is like the request for those things, and you can see each item comes here. And what you get is like, where's the actual this stuff here? You get like this nested tree of like describing what the rich text is. So you'll see like it'll have like these node types here, and like this one's a bold node, and so so it's just like a big AST or just big tree of your content. So okay, simple enough, no problem with that. The problem is you can't really just I can't like take this and where the fuck did it go? Fucking shit. Item 0 fields description sys. I don't know where it went. Entries. Oh, here it is. Content type. Like oh, is that it? No. Well, wherever the fuck it is, space. Fucking shit. I don't know where. A description. There we go. This stuff. For like a person to just take this and to make this render how this looks is exhausting. That's an assload of work. So the way that this works is Conifal provides a library that's going to basically do that for you. So it'll let you pass in basically all this stuff here, and it'll return you some HTML in the form of a string. And so we could see that here too. This is where the transformation is happening here. And if I log, so we're already logging description. Let's do this too. We'll look at the HTML. Yeah. Okay. So we'll look at like the difference. We pass it. So when you call documentation HTML string, which is coming from this Conifal, this like thing that Conifal provides to do this operation, when you pass it here, it's going to take that description, which is just like what we were looking at, that big tree of bullshit, and it's going to return a string of HTML. We'll see what that looks like. Where the fuck did that go? Wait. I'll save this here in the console. Let's refresh. And it's not showing up. What is happening? Did not save. Didn't save. Where is there a... Oh, there's that's tied to an event click. That's coming from the tooltip, which is fine too, because it happens here also. And this is abysmal. We got to fix the tooltip at some point. We might do that today too. Yeah, apply a max width. I don't know. I'll think about the CSS for that. But now if we look at this, we could see where the fuck is it? Down here, the rich text stuff, and it converts it to this. So it's just a string. It's just a string of HTML, and you can do whatever you want with it. And the way that we're appending it is basically here, where we have this like HTML string for the content that goes inside the tooltip, and we pass it to this popover component thing, and in here, this is just going to set like the inner HTML content of something to like that. Okay, hey, cool. Sounds good. But like I said, the problem is, and it's interesting too that right here, and here's another HTML entity. This is probably like single quote, I would guess. It must be. You can't see it here because those non-breaking spaces are rendering as just, not as spaces, but in the actual document. When you look at it, it's not. So we basically just want to, because it's just a string, right? Like this document to HTML, the thing that gets returned here is just a string. So we can do any of our string operations on it. So let's do rich text content here. It's going to be this to start. Boy. That's me using MacBook shortcuts. Let's do that here. And then what we need to do is we need to do a dot replace here. Place on MDN. And we're basically going to be replacing every instance of that non-breaking space with a space. So whenever I have to do regexes, I use this website, regexer. I think like a lot of people do this, and I just hack my way through. So in this case, I want to match for anything that says ampersand and BSP semicolon, which I think would be, there's some characters that have to be escaped here. Oh, look at, that's crazy. None of the characters have to be escaped, so we could just do this. So we want to do dot replace, and we pass in a regex here, so it's going to be ANBSP semicolon regex, bam. G for global, so we replace all instances with a space. I'm thinking that this is going to work for a shot, honestly. I'm pretty confident here. Oh, swing and a miss, huh? All right, so let's go back again. And what I'm wondering is, so either my regex is wrong or my replace is wrong. Let me just make sure though. Now it is. Okay. So that didn't work, so we're gonna go to, we'll do in the console. So we can actually do, let's actually do this by grabbing the element and shit. So if I did, oh, I'll bring this guy over. Actually, let's dock it down here. Selector, let's grab the element that I just got. Here it is. And then if I do l.text, content l.text, okay. So if I do the l.text content equals blah, does it just change? Interesting, only changes the first one. And then real quick, let me make sure that, does this have it? They both do. Okay. Actually, what if I just did, so L would be this. That's too bad. Okay. Okay, let's do it like that. This just got slightly more complicated. Let me try. Okay, we'll try something else. We'll try to replace the word format. Let's try and replace the word format, and we'll replace with blashibadaba. Does that work? No. So okay, so that's great. That's awesome. That means that there's something off about this stuff here. Document.html string dot replace. What if I did strings here? Does that work? No. Oh, it's because I'm doing it. You know what this is? This is fucking hilarious. I'm editing it in the pop-up, and I'm looking for it in the table or like the other layout here. So that's working. Okay. And let's do that. See if this works here. The original fix did work, I'm pretty sure. No! Okay, at least this is different, though. Is it NB at... Okay, so it's also... I really wish I could... I'm so close to just Googling like how to replace NBSP. What if I just replaced N with hey? Does that like fuck up the NBSP stuff wildly? Because it would only replace one letter in NBSP. Interesting. Maybe, are we even sure? Okay, let's also just try it to do it with, the reason that I was using a regex first is because I don't think you do a global replace if you're searching for strings. And let's see if I just want to see if even the first, nah. Okay, so, oi. Just Google it. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, see, this is exactly what I had. Replace at and that's exactly what I had. Hoi. Okay, really dumb idea. I'm just gonna see if I move this down here, does that make a difference? It shouldn't, because we saw it work before for the other layer, so I don't think that's what it is. NBSP. Oh, I'm gonna like copy exactly that. Oh, they're saying no, that's not right. It should be a space though. Huh. This is a cool way to do it. This. See, this is exactly what I did, and it didn't work. At NBSP. Try and do it exactly the same. I'm pretty sure this is exactly the same, but who the fuck knows? Who knows these things? No. I mean, to be fair, are we even sure that it is happening where I think it's happening? Yes, I am, right? Because if I log it, no. Like, I don't think it's the way. I don't think it's this HTML content. It might be. See, I think maybe it's here then. Wonder if maybe... The problem is I can't... Cool. I'm glad that this, well, not glad, but it's cool that this ended up being more of an issue than I thought it would be. And let's fucking make sure. Let's do this with like the this stuff. Content. So I don't have to keep opening this motherfucker. Okay. I'm just going to try this just to try it. Print the character without serializing. Well, we can't do that, right? Okay, so let's also look at like this guy here. If you use Firefox. That's I feel like I don't think that this is JavaScript. You could enable inline HTML to achieve the same appearance. And then also, actually, I want to look at the contentful stuff because I wonder if there's a way. Part of my thinking is that something about the way that I entered these descriptions is causing it to render like that. Like there's a weird space somewhere. So let's see in the description. Is there any weird space? It's weird because there's like, does theirs render this way? Yeah, look at that. So what happens if I keep like weird. Do they have it wrapping with MBSPs? They do. Holy shit, that is really interesting. Is there, okay, so let's see if we can find normal. Let's just make sure this stuff is the same. It might be the way that I'm rendering it then. Flex wrap, no wrap, overflow wrap. Why is there no? Did I grab the wrong? I'm on like a span here. Let's go down here maybe. Okay, so if I grab the span, am I looking at a different thing? Yes. Oh no, new. Span. See, theirs is rendering differently. Mine doesn't render in a span though. Weird, man. I don't see the pattern. I mean, there's a million ways to do this, and like we could hack it for sure, but I'm curious as to curious to find out a little more first. So which is the good one? This is the good. No, the second one is the good one. So if I did this and just republish, I have a feeling like this will just work, honestly, which is really fucking stupid and frustrating, but fuck it, I don't give a fuck. Which one did I do? Weed? Nah. Did this render in a span either? Yeah. This is so weird. I wonder if I copy, maybe... Did I copy something in instead of typing it out? Could it be as dumb as that? When you paste something in? There, look at this. Hey, they're learning something new today. I don't know. I don't understand a word that this person's saying. So, okay, I wonder, is there a copy as plain text? Interesting, though. I did not know that. That's actually a problem with content. This part of Contentful, they should be stripping out that stuff. But regardless, who gives a fuck? It looks like we solved it in a weird way. Not what I was expecting. But let me retype this stuff out, I guess. Although this is only gonna last so like I can't be I'm not gonna be typing out this shit. So we'll have to figure out a better way to do this going forward, but for now, I just wanted to fix the rendering stuff. And just the last one. I think I did this one already. Oh, this one. No. I noticed that when I type, I think it's just today. I always watch my my streams, which is weird, but I do it. When I type, my face gets weird. Like it gets this weird intensity with like it looks like I'm mouth breathing too. Okay, so that stuff is fixed, baby. Cool. Kind of cool. Well, I don't know how to fix that going forward. I guess you can copy it into like Notepad like these idiots were saying and just paste in Notepad and then copy it from there. Something like that. But really we should automate it. Although, never mind. Never mind. I'm not going to say what I was going to say. Is there a missing div here? There's a missing div here. 1, 2... No, there isn't. Card content. But this should be moved over one. Aye. Ah, that looks better. But let's fix the these guys here. Oh, right. So yeah, if you click on anywhere that's not this, it should close. So we're doing more behavior stuff. So once I'm, which we'll do probably also, or we also have to have it so if you click anywhere on the page outside of this content, then that shit should close. Let's do an add on mount. We'll call it add on mount listener. Cool, that's fine. Listener. So this, we're gonna get the body. So we'll do, I don't think we have a getter for body. We did at one point, yeah. So const body equals document.query selector. Body, we're gonna be doing a little more Googling in a second. Add event listener, click. Oh, no, we want body. Click, and then we can console.log this real sec log. So if I open this, yep, and then if I click anywhere, we should see it. We're just getting the mouse event for the click. Oh, that's it. Mouse event. Okay, target. So we basically need to see, and I don't know, I actually don't know how to do this off the top of my head. We need to see if where we clicked it. Oh, maybe we could just add a, well, we had to add a listener on the body that's outside of this. So we're listening for, I've done this for something before. I've done this a couple of times before. What? How do you do it? How do you do this? Can we do like, okay, I have an idea. Can I like body, can I do, oh, constant body equals this. I've never done this before, but I think it should work. Dot query select. Although, yeah, that's not going to tell you where you clicked though. What if I do, okay, so I guess what we want to do is if I clicked on this guy, yeah, that's what we can do. E.target, that's an element, so we need to do L. Oh, wait, if it doesn't. Although let's do it like this for a second, just to make sure the behavior is right. So what should happen, I click on this, it should open. If I click again, it closes. And it doesn't. Actually, we can do, yeah, there's a couple ways we can do this one. Fast show. E.target. Oh yeah, because what if I click on this guy or this guy? But that doesn't, but what if I click here? Like for click event target propagation. This is another one that I could probably Google very quickly to figure out, but I'm just gonna poke around for a minute. Can't remember. This is one of the reasons why I don't love streaming too. Like, I get into this kind of stuff and then I don't want to Google it because it's embarrassing. It's really not, but I don't know. Let's do... What if we did a stop propagation? Well, let's just do it. How to register click outside element. A lot of jQuery here. Oi. Okay, that's stupid. Like, ooh, that is a cool way to do it. Let's try that actually. So if I did this.l.add event listener blur, and then let's just say so basically when I open it, actually it came and focused this, so that ain't gonna work. I thought we had to focus. Maybe we have to. That's probably what it is. So when we append popover content, this dot blur or focus. So basically, after we append the popover content here, we're going to make the user focus on it. So it'll be this dot L. How do we focus? We just call this dot L dot focus. Okay, so let's see what that looks like. Ooh, I guess that this whoa. This dot focus is not a function. Oh. Okay. Try that. Interesting. Let's also get rid of the device toolbar here and refresh. Try it again. I'm not seeing the blur stuff go off, so let's try just to focus on this guy and see what happens. So oi! Focus. so let's look at MDN and see what this is like. The kind of shit that is like silliness. So that ain't it either. But yeah, I guess this is a harder problem. I guess it's a harder problem to solve than I thought it was. I thought this would be pretty. A couple years ago. Dot contains. That would solve everything. Okay, that will work. So we can get rid of this guy. Did not know that this is. I bet you it's not IE compat. Up through 9. That's pretty good. This dot mounts. I wonder if that was why this shit wasn't popping up before. Fuck it. So going back to my unmount listener. So right, so we want to do. It should be body. So. Okay. And then we need it to be on body, click. Well, body's always going to contain. So if it's not the body and okay, it doesn't equal the body. Actually, if it equals the body or target is the body or this dot L dot contains target, the element doesn't contain the target, then we're going to call this dot on mount here, and then let's also just do like console.log. Let's just throw this in. Let's get a target body. I think this will work. He thought quietly to himself. I'm not even listening to chat right now. That was like one of my big things about doing the stream again, is that I'd be better at about chat, but clearly that's not happening. I sound great though. And let's see what we got here. Hey, that's a little bit better. Well, not really, actually. Why is this dot render popover not in here? Maybe like append. Yeah, that's doing it. Okay. Hey, that works. Oh, but it clicks off for everything. So it almost works. And let's see what we're getting here. So I'm not really sure what's going on here, basically. So like, just because these are very like nebulous-y, tough to work with in this way. So we're gonna do a little. This is what's called the pro game remove. Use a debugger. Let's see. Open this guy. Should open up, and then when I why would it fire? If it fires like immediately on this guy, whatever. That might be fine. So when I go here, click away, it should close, right? That part's working fine. We need to do when I click in. Oh, when I click anywhere. Oh, wait, that's annoying. Click here. Let's see in scope. The target is the body, which is not true. The L doesn't contain Oh, yeah. Because if it contains the target, then we don't want to do this. So let's do this.l.contains. Boy, the fucking... This always works really, really weird. Why is this the body? Oh. Interesting. Well, this is going to have to be regular function. I think. Actually, I'm like losing this context right now. Oh, that's not going to work. If we do it like, okay. The debugger's just being weird. This.l.contains. What is this.l again? It should probably be L. Yes, it is the L, right? Because that's what we're attaching to. Build popover append. This.container, though. And then we're attaching that to L, so it should be fine. Let's try that. Oh, so this is right. Oh, you know what? This should be an and. The target is the body and the L doesn't contain. I think that that's right. Yeah. Aye. No, it shouldn't be that, right? Because it should be if we're clicking on the body or we're clicking anywhere that's not the element. Or. This should be an or. Let's just try and click around. Maybe there's something wrong with... Man, this is fucking weird. I wonder if... I gotta say that this really feels right. If the target's the body... And actually really quick, what if I... It's not working quite for everything. Like it's working for when I click anywhere else. This is true. Oh, let's debugger this again. I think I fucked something up here. Let's see. Should be true. Ah, shit, dude. I gotcha. The L is the target stuff inside the fucking content. Oy, that's annoying. Okay, that's probably what it is, though. Let's get rid of the debugger again. Go back here. Now I can't even open it because I guess we have to make sure. And. Like if I throw in this right now, we're gonna see this happening. See, it's unmounting right here. So it mounts, click event fires. You know what we could do? It's getting nar though. We were gonna go off of like use this dot rendered. And render it after we attach the listener. We could do it like that. Or do we even have to do that? We could just add the unmount listener before we attach. What does this dot amount do? This dot container dot remove. Yeah, so we actually no, we can't do it like that because this will still get fired. But for now, I'm just gonna keep it simple. And this dot rendered is false. And then we can move attach. Oh wait, what? Oh, that's what they call. Right. So what's the? Oh, they call attach and it gets rendered, but we want to do it append popover content seems right. Or, oh no, it doesn't really matter because attach is the last thing that happens. Oh, you know what we could do? This is it. This is the way to do it. And then also this is when we should do this dot rendered equals true. Not that this is used for anything, but you know. Oh wait, now it's not working again. Fuck. Oh, this part. Is it even? So it's still calling on mount here. So I think we could we're about to get pretty gnar with this. Let's see. So attach, where is that? It's just so weird. This doesn't make sense. Why would it? register the click. This is like way after the fact though. So it should append the stuff. The unmount listener shouldn't even be added, so it should append. I guess the click still happens. So what we can do here, let's try this to see if we can get some async behavior in here to do it, and then see if that works. So we're just gonna do a little set timeout for a sec, just to see if this will work. Yeah. All right. So what we want to do here, l.append. I'm gonna write this as a promise. That's going to, I think that this might end up being very similar, but we'll see. Nah. It really is just like a matter of what's happening in the stack, but really silly to me. Interesting that fucking, I guess append is synchronous. Apparently the DOM doesn't update it. So there's definitely some async stuff kind of happening here. So let's get rid of, go back a bunch here. Way before I did all this bullshit. Okay, so I guess we could just fix the add unmount listener. What do you say? Fuck. God damn it, man. Still not working. Maybe we do just add a timeout, or we can do something. Okay. Let's log the container right here and see if there's some property that's telling me that I can like key off of. So the container here. And then let's also throw it down here. It's not hidden. parent node is null. It looks like I think we could use that parent node stuff. So this should have no parent. Oh, this does have a parent node. And this also does. Maybe, you know what, the other thing is that I might just be missing something in my own code too. I can get rid of this shit. So like when I log it here, it shouldn't have a parent node because I didn't attach it to anything. And yet, when I look here, yes, so the parent node is null there. Okay. And container.parent element. Ah, fucking shit. I don't. That is so fucking. There is some weird shit happening here. Parent node. Why isn't this? It's the grouping. Why does it do that? That is so fucking annoying. Well, let's try it like this then. Fucking Jesus Christ. I guess technically this is, I don't know. This might end up being the same thing, whether the and is inside of there or not. I don't know. Oh, you know what? That makes sense. So we're clicking on this. It should. I guess the real problem is it just shouldn't fire if we're clicking on this. Why is it even doing that? And how does that, like in that case, Parent element is the whole fucking... Yeah, because we're clicking here. Yeah, I wonder if we just like add this first thing. Oh no, it needs the container to exist though. Okay. That's getting to be a pretty gnarly boolean there. Cannot read property. Yeah. Oi, oi, oi. Okay. So, new plan. This is going to be really fucking stupid. Target. What else do we have? L. Okay. So if the container... Okay, I got you. I think I got it. I think we got it. And... target dot contains L. The target, the thing I'm clicking on, whatever it is not this guy. This word, wait, no, it's not. Fuck. Got excited for a second. Still not working. Oh man, this is so fucking stupid. The target does not contain. The thing I click on does not contain. What if I did? Try and reverse. That might be it. Hey! There we go. And if I click on there, it's fine. If I click on there, it's fine. That definitely took a minute. And you could see, look at, oh shit, you know what we have to do? We unmount the component. We have to unmount the listener too. So let's add a couple things here. We're doing this more than once. We're going to add get body, return document query selector body. Okay, and then we could just do, instead of that, although we could just do this there. Okay, that looks good. And then yeah, when we unmount here, we're gonna have to do you know what? We're gonna have to make this we gotta make this a named function. Oh, you know what? No. Does add event list return? What is? That's null. Too bad it doesn't return the callback function. Okay. Take all of this stuff minus this stuff. Okay, and then we can do body.remove event listener. This, we can do, right, we can get rid of this for all this stuff. Body.remove event listener, and then this has to be this.unmount listener. Okay, let's make sure. Otherwise, you get like a little memory leak kind of situation going on there. Ooh. Oh, shit. Ooh, all of a sudden, something just got fucked up here. Unmount listener. Oh, that's why. Body. Container's not defined. Property contains of undefined. The container's here. Is that on line 78? Interesting. This dot container is undefined. When is unmount listener? calling this on and then attach. It's got container. Line 80. Why is the container undefined? Oy. Oh, you know why we're losing this? There we go. There might be like a remove all listeners too. That's fine. I get 2. Now there's 3 of them logging. You can see it. And now if I click again, like the more I open them and close them, because every time you open it and close it, every time you open it, the event lister attaches. I think that this is the same thing. Is it though? No. This is what we need. Ah, I see what's happening because now we're doing this anonymously. Yep, so this is technically different than this. This is, dude, I don't know what it is. I feel like I'm hitting so many fucking snags the last couple weeks coding. Maybe it's like this all the time though. I don't know. But we need to bind. Yeah, so what we can do here, we can say this dot active event listener equals this shit. And then we could just say here. Okay, now I'm expecting this. Click off, click on, click off, click on. Yeah, now we're on mounting. You can see there's only like one of these elements down here. There we go. There are all the console logs in this shit. That was a doozy. So usually something like this, I wouldn't really write like this little component thing right here. This is like kind of the reason why I would choose not to write something like this on my own in almost like any actual case. I just did this kind of for fun. But they're like, and we're just getting started on this little popover thing. There are so many like small nuances that you have to write code for at such a low level relative to the browser. it gets really fucking annoying, and you have to be so direct with all of the behavior. It just like gets in the way and slows you down, and you might not even be aware of like some of those small behaviors that you have to write code for. You might not like something like this that I just wrote here. If we were to say style this a bit and just leave it at this and call it a day, this is not an accessible piece of this thing's not. It needs like a dismiss button. But writing all that stuff in, and then also like we're gonna have to write something to resize this container based on the screen size, so make it responsive. We're also gonna add something to like determine if it should open up top or bottom, and we'll also do left or right. And like writing all the code for that stuff is just so time consuming, and it's like very painstaking. So generally I would highly suggest if you're making a website or you're building a thing that you actually want to make for something like this, don't roll this yourself. Don't make this yourself. Like use React and find a component library, and they'll have them. That's probably what you should do. Save you a ton of time. But for this, it's kind of fun. But that was pretty chunky. Both of those issues, hour and a half. Fuck me. Both of those issues were pretty beefy. Even like, well, relatively. I thought both of them were going to be 10 to 20 minute deals. So one of my favorite people that I've ever met in software, dude I used to work with at my first job. I can't remember what the exact like. There's a name for this like concept. The idea is basically whenever you try to estimate how long something is going to take in software, take your estimate and multiply it by 3, something like that. But the full like whatever the full philosophy or the full like concept is, whenever you have to like estimate how long something's going to take for software, take whatever you think it is, multiply it by 3, even if you're already multiplying it by 3. So even if you're like already being cautious and taking your time estimate and multiplying it by 3, if you're aware of this thing, multiply it by 3 again. There's like a ton of truth to that. I would say things always take a good chunk longer than you think they will. Pretty much always. I don't know why that is, but sure is accurate most of the time. Anyway, I'm done. I'm gonna do something else. I'm over the shit. Later, yo. See y'all tomorrow.